What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show with your homies AJ and ChrisyLite. This is episode 193. And today we are going to be talking about Eyes of Wakanda. But before we get into that, how you feeling today, Brody?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good, man. And the thoughts on this series?
Mini-series. This is official mini-series.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. I'm glad you reminded me it was coming out. So
Yeah.
feel good today, and glad to be on the pod, man. How you doing, G?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Excited to talk about this because Eyes of Wakanda. I think it. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling. Really, I want to kind of walk it out. I got a score for it, but we'll see if it sticks by the end of this conversation. So, going into it, what did you really think that Eyes of Wakanda was going to be? Did you know? Did you watch any trailers or anything before you watched?
No, I did not watch any trailers. I just knew it was coming out based on what the Marvel release stuff was. And especially, I did not know it was 4 episodes.
Yeah.
That was something going into this pod I wanted to ask you before we get going. Did you know it was 4?
No, well, I wasn't surprised because it just seems like we're just getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah, so I watched it. I finished it today, and I thought coming on the pod that we were just going to do like a half one and then we'd finish it off later. Yeah. And my jaw dropped when I learned it was 4. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. But yeah, I just saw it coming and was just gonna watch it. Like, okay, yeah, cool. This is the next thing. And some more like Black Panther universe. Let's see what they got. And it's animated, so that was also a plus.
Yeah. I first got hip to it from an RDC reaction video. And they was like, oh, they got LeBron in Wakanda. Because of I think is it the second episode?
The second episode.
Yeah. The second episode, that dude looked smack like LeBron. And I was like, that'd be crazy if LeBron was actually in Wakanda. That would be lit. But that's all I had really.
Voiced it, bro. They should have. That was an opportunity.
That was a smooth opportunity, bro. You might have to go get some what do they call it? Likeness. Name, image, likeness bag from Marvel real quick.
NIL.
Yeah. But I didn't watch a true trailer. I might have seen some clips here and there, but nothing where I was like knew exactly what we were getting into. I found
Were they advertising it?
I seen it when I was watching other things.
Like, you know how they do I definitely never saw a single trailer either, so I was just wondering.
Yeah. Like I saw the trailer while I was watching The Bear because it was on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So like while I was watching Disney Plus, it was playing before episodes and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, I guess it's gonna be what it is. I don't know how I feel like about Eyes of Wakanda just being a mini series because I'm like, okay, if it's a mini series, how is that? Does that mean it's just finite, or are we gonna keep going? You know, because I'm not gonna cap, bro. I fell off of the What If series, bro.
Oh, me too.
I fell off.
I feel like that's a normal thing.
Yeah, but it's like it shouldn't be though. Like we should be watching them joints, and I have not seen the second season at all. But
all? Oh wow!
How many seasons is it?
2, but I at least watched a bit of it.
I didn't watch any of it. I never got to it.
Oh dang!
Yeah, I never got to it. But like seeing the Watcher in the last episode, I was like, wait, what is he doing there? I was like, am I missing something from, the What If series? Like, now I gotta go back and see what's good. Cause it's like, it's not the exact same kind of animation, but it's close as far as like the art style. But, going into it being 4 episodes, I was like, oh yeah, we could just knock this out, and not have to necessarily worry about too much. The episode, how you feel about the episode length though?
I personally like the episode length.
Mhm.
Um, the amount of episodes was probably gonna be the only thing I had an issue with.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt like every episode had enough for what the story was going for in the episode.
Mhm.
Um, and like, could they have gone if I had known it was only 4? Yeah, I would have wanted more time. But
Mhm.
when I was just watching them naturally, I felt like it was fine. I felt like they kind of got through the story. They had enough setup time.
Yeah.
Um, and it kind of made sense every time.
Mhm. Yeah. I think for me, I've given up hope for these miniseries going
Dang.
any like it's gonna get to the point where it's like we're gonna get one episode and they're gonna be called like variants or something like that. Like to where I
Episode a month.
yeah, like I don't understand the like what did we gain as an audience from these miniseries outside of just like I guess quote unquote more content, like more frequently. But I don't know. I feel like this story is well self-contained. So I'm not necessarily thinking like we missed anything or they didn't include enough of like the overarching storyline for Black Panther. But, you know, as far as like expecting more than 4 episodes or more than 8 episodes for a series, I kind of gave up hope for that for at least Marvel specifically. You know what I'm saying? And Disney Plus stuff. But and I think it's mainly due to the fact of like the way I interpreted what Disney Plus was going to be. And maybe that's my fault because I was thinking that like these series was going to just be like kind of offering more context to the greater Marvel ecosystem or whatever. But in turn, a lot of times it just ends up being like, little moments on their own, not so much as not as connected as like to like what is going on in the main timeline as far as like what the movies we're getting as well.
Yeah.
Like, and they actually apply to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought it was going to be like that kind of situation, but you know, maybe that's just on me. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw that it was only 4 episodes, I was like, okay. I was more so like, bet I can finish this in a couple days, more
Yeah.
so than like, dang, it's only 4 episodes. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, that wasn't necessarily my reaction. But okay. Next thing was as far as like the it's just like I just kind of want to I just kind of want to get like your overall opinion on like the concept of uh Eyes of Wakanda as a whole and like what
Yeah.
what what it's about. Like how do you feel about um just like what the Eyes of Wakanda are, aka the War Dogs?
Yeah, I found that kind of interesting that it was really like about the War Dogs
Hmm.
completely. And I think that's why it threw me for a loop that it wasn't more episodes. Like
Yeah.
they really could have gone like at any person, like kept going.
Hmm.
So the C4 was like, dang, I I kind of thought we would have all of them. Like,
Yeah.
um, but overall, it does remind me of I think we did a pod on it. The Predator series.
Hmm.
Um, what
Killer
was
of
it called?
Killers.
Yeah, Killer of Killers.
Hmm.
Um, how we watch this story and then it concludes and kind of has like a little crumb that leads to the that has nothing to do with the beginning of the next story, and then it has a crumb
Yeah.
and then kind of like accumulates together when you watch everything as one.
Hmm.
And that was like a movie, so seeing it as a series, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
um Now, were they as great as in Killer of Killers? Like, did each storyline, like, lead up to the finale where it was like,
Grand
yo, all
reveal.
of these the grand reveal, I don't think it was as impactful as in that version. But I
Hmm.
did think it was cool to have that concept because they had to have, kinda come up with it at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
And And a lot of these series where you introduce new characters for single episodes, it's really I think it's really cool. It
Mhm.
gives you some time to figure out if you like this character or not.
Yeah.
And especially on like episode 3, they were able to introduce a character that had its own reveal in its singular episode, and I thought that was like genius. I was like,
Mhm.
that's a dope way to introduce another character in a series and doesn't have any ramifications at all. It was just
Yeah.
nice to see on an episode.
Yeah.
Um
AKA
so
Iron Fist, right?
yeah, Iron Fist, Iron Fist.
Mhm.
And it's just nice to see Marvel is picking up little bits of like staying with the times, like staying with what's new,
Mhm.
what keeps you entertained. But like I said, that's how I felt about it when I didn't know there was only
Yeah.
4 episodes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think for me it was more so uh a situation where I'm like, oh, like after the first episode, I was like, oh, this is what um what's her name? Naomi in Black Panther? Uh Lupita's character? Oh my
Um,
goodness. I can't think of it.
dang.
Let me see.
Yeah, find it real quick. Find it real quick.
But point is, like, I'm like, oh, maybe this is like the origin of like their whole spy network type thing.
Yeah.
No, it's Nakari. I knew it was an N. No,
There
I
you
mean
go.
not Nakari, Nakia. Nakari. Nakia is her name. In the series.
Is it? Dang, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a minute. That's why I gotta rewatch some of this stuff because it's just been a long
I might
time.
have to rewatch right now. I'm like that still don't ring a bell to me. I'm like,
I knew it started
Alright.
with an N. But like, you know, after watching Wakanda Forever and then seeing like all like what her travels have actually led her to, and seeing like the reveal like that T'Challa had a son, I'm like, oh, like okay, so this is like the birth of what she was doing prior to that, as just being like a almost like a liaison or like an ambassador
Yeah.
across the world. But really, it's like nah, like this is like War Dogs. It seemed like it's more a different division than what she was doing as far as like espionage. But it felt like it was a part of that whole thing. So I was like, that was where my brain was going at first.
Yeah.
But I think the title of the series is really cool because it's like it encapsulates like the whole like concept of the show, which is like now like they have eyes everywhere. So like even though we didn't know that they were there, like in all these different historical events or fictional or non-fictional or whatever, you know, they were there, and somehow everybody got vibranium, but don't know they got it, you know.
Yeah.
So
And I loved the fact that they had kind of like the original concept, even in Black Panther, was like we gotta take back our vibranium, or we gotta keep it to ourselves.
yeah,
And that's an interesting concept because that's like, okay, we gotta take back our like history. And even in this series, they have a moment where it was like, you know, there is some stuff in history where we don't even know the outcome of like what went down, where, you know, we will leave this for y'all. You know what I mean? Like we will kind of it's supposed to be here. Like this part of Wakanda is supposed to be here. And that ultimately leads into Black Panther, where it's like, oh, but later down in the future, that person Killmonger is like, nah, like this is stolen stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I
But
just find that so interesting.
Yeah, because it's only through that
The Eyes
quote
of
unquote
Wakanda,
canon event, you know what I'm saying, that we get Black Panther. And they open the doors of Wakanda to the rest of the world. A little bit. I don't know, but a little bit. A little bit, you know, and
enough
it's
to
changing.
Have a nice little I guess what if moment.
Yeah. And then to see him at the end of the series in animation.
I thought it was tough.
I was like,
it was so tough.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, bruh, Killmonger should have won, bruh. He was right this whole time. He was right this whole time, bro.
Crazy.
But
he had to do it.
Yeah. Yep. So I thought that was fire. But yeah, um, what else? Do you think the like okay? Oh, this is the next thing I was gonna say because like also I was watching this. You brought it up earlier about coming off of Predator Killer or Killers and seeing what we saw in there and how like you know the action scenes and the fights and a little bit of the gore and stuff that we saw in that joint and how it differs than in what we see in Eyes of Wakanda where it reminded me a lot of like old school cartoons like
Yeah, it had that
Batman and
feel.
Spider-Man where
Yeah.
it's like they beating up people but they not really beating youngins up, you know. It's kind of the Mickey version of like the Mickey Mouse version of like what is actually going on. There's a lot of uhs and like Johnny Bravo's in it, you know what I'm saying, versus like actually seeing the combat in a way that's like I guess too much for you know kids like to watch because it's an animated series. Um, I thought that was an interesting approach. You know, I feel like it hurt them more in other places in than in some, but I feel like as far as like the pivotal moments, they did enough where I'm like, okay, they got a point across. How did you feel about like just like their approach to the combat and what they were doing?
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I just feel like it looked strange. It looked very like
Mm-hmm.
old school, PG comic book
Mm-hmm.
cartoon, and then all of a sudden they ramped it up to like a 10 at
Yeah.
a part where like they get stabbed in the foot or
Yeah.
I was like, yo, what just happened?
Yep.
And it happened quite a few times where I was just sitting there. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, and I just did not expect it because everything leading up to it was very like PG.
Yeah.
So
Or like
yeah,
even
I disagree.
or even like when they are shown to have like some very powerful technology, but you know, when the rock or
The Rock
pillar
is
or
laying
whatever
on you.
just laying on you, just never think to use the axe you got right here that's made of vibranium to break the stone so that you can get cuz out of the rubble, you know.
Yeah,
But don't worry, he's just fine. All he needs is a little brace on his arm. He'll be all right. You know, the
yeah.
power of cartoons right there. Um, but you know, outside of that, I felt like they were able to get their point across in a way that wasn't like too rudimentary. Where it's like, okay, I still feel a little bit of what they're trying to get across. Um, but it was never the thing where I was like, oh man, like this is like elite storytelling. You know, it was
Yeah.
more so like this is cool. Like I like this. You know. Um, okay,
I
so
did wanna ask you, did you have a favorite episode out of these 4?
oh, probably episode 3. I
Okay, with
think.
Iron Fist?
Yeah, just cause like I was waiting
Eh
for her to glow.
oh, true, true. Did you expect that?
What do you mean?
That it'd be Iron Fist?
Well, I knew as soon as like as soon as she put the mask on
Oh, okay.
and it was like the yellow eyes or whatever, I was like oh, that's Iron Fist. And then but she wasn't using the fist. So I was like, man, maybe it's not.
Yeah.
Like, you know. But it's like they were in China, right? So
Mm,
there's that connection. But she never talked about how she was like the defender of Kung Long and all this the Iron Fist lore. But
yeah.
I guess it doesn't really matter because she did end up saying it's like she defeated the dragon or whatever. Um, but it's like I guess he nursed her since he got nursed back to health. He ain't never see the tattoo or anything, or she just
Nah,
thought it was like the girl with the
he
dragon tattoo. Like he just
yeah,
thought
he
that was
saw the
hot. You know
tattoo,
what I'm
G.
saying? You know, but
Yeah,
it's a
no.
different story. That's a different story. You know,
Yeah, he
but
saw the tattoo.
you know he didn't think nothing of it. But
Yeah.
I didn't make the connection until we were already in Wakanda though. And to that
Oh,
point, I was just kind of waiting to see like, all right, when is she going to use her power and what relation is that going to have to the abilities of all the different agents and stuff like that. So, you know, I think her episode was fire though. I think that was probably my favorite. What was yours?
It's a tough one because I like 3 and 4 the most.
Hmm.
Um, so
I was
I'd
waiting for a
probably agree with
panther.
you. Yeah, yeah,
I was
yeah.
waiting for a panther, bro. Cap.
Yeah, I'd probably go with you too. I think 3 was
Hmm.
my favorite. Just overall storytelling and
Got to actually see
like
Wakanda.
yeah, we really were in Wakanda the whole time, and that man was killing me the whole time. He was just like, "Yo, just go with the flow. Ain't nothing happened."
Hmm.
And his story of him hitting it and dipping out was crazy. I was like, "Yo, you wild. You were wild."
Ah,
But yeah, that one just felt like a really good, like, cartoon episode that I
yeah.
feel like would always be 10 out of 10 if I saw it any
Hmm.
age, and I'm like, "Wow, that was good."
Yeah.
Um, and I think the only reason why I put it above 4 for me was just because they get attacked by, like, some bug creatures that
Yeah. I'm
are
like,
just
what is that?
OP.
What is that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I was just kinda like, "Ah,
The
I
horde
guess."
was like a little bit too far left for me. I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
all right, we're getting outside the scope. Y'all running out of
Yeah.
ideas. Like I know y'all wanted to put a panther in there, but he's already doing a lot with going back in time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, but if it was Thanos in them,
I probably would've
then
liked it way
I
more.
would have
Yeah,
liked it
yeah.
way more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it was the what do they call them people? Something army, some kind of dark army or
Um,
black black. I forgot what they call them. But yeah,
I
like if
I'm not sure if they were the Black Hand. I don't know.
nah, the hand is something different.
Okay, okay, okay.
The
Yeah,
hand
yeah.
is something different. That's some Iron Fist stuff. Uh, but I don't know. Let me see. I can look it up real quick. Thanos army.
Yeah, at least if it was just Thanos' army overrunning it, I've been like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I see."
because
But
then
they
we get the
kinda just
real
made it
connections.
so it was so far in the future that it was like
Black Order. That's what it's called.
Black Order.
Yeah,
Yeah, they definitely seemed like they were just wanting to get away from, like, kinda doing the repeat
traditional.
stuff and be like, "Oh, this future
Mm,
entities, we gotta stop that, and the only way is doing this." Like,
yeah,
so
and I like how they
I'm cool.
left it ambiguous at the end to, you know, yeah, we know that they ended up doing the right thing, but like we
But you'll
don't know
never
what the
know.
future is going to look like for them in that
Yeah,
case. And she was like,
love storytelling like
Wakanda
that.
forever, Wakanda forever. I was like, that's
Yeah,
hard. I like that. I
yeah.
like that a lot. I I'm not gonna cap though. The first 2 episodes had me a little bit worried. Like I feel like the
Dude,
first
I agree, man, like,
the first
I was sleepy.
episode, yeah, the first episode started off strong, but then once I realized what was actually happening, I was like, oh, this joint is Mickey Mouse. I was like, this is what we about to
Yes.
watch. And then
I
go ahead.
I agree, man, like, I'm the first 2 that's why I specifically said I like 3 and 4.
Yeah.
1 and 2, I watched back to back, I immediately
Mhm.
went to bed, I was like, "Bro, I'm about to get on this pod and just flame this thing because I just did not like it at first.
Mhm.
I was
Mhm.
it was very kiddie to me.
Yeah.
I was like, this ain't for me. I
Yeah.
was gonna come here today and be like, it wasn't for me. Maybe
Mhm.
15 years younger, maybe
Yeah.
I'd like it.
Right.
But if it wasn't for 3, really,
Mhm.
I probably would have just like thrown it in the trash and not have finished it. So I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're feeling the same
Throw
way.
it in the trash is hilarious. Um, but yeah, I was coming off of watching or finishing Batman Cape Crusader, and
Ooh,
that was also similar to this, where it was like very Mickey Mouse, but they have strong storylines in it, and it's set in like the 60s or something or 70s or something, like very early Batman. So it's like he's not kitted out, and it's very like just that first season was like introducing to a lot of the villains and a lot of the rogues and stuff like that, and also introducing what kind of Batman that we're gonna get. So like coming off of that series into this, it wasn't as jarring as it probably was for you. because I'm like, I just watched something directly like this, and it turned out it was still okay by the end of it. So I was like, not as like, you know,
Okay,
perturbed
that makes
by
sense.
it, but because I didn't have no expectations going into it either. So I was just kind of watching to watch, and then I was like, okay, now it's getting a little bit more a little bit more interesting. That was an episode, you know. Like I think the fights was cool, but it just felt too good to be true. A little bit.
Yeah, there's something wrong with that first episode where I was
Hmm.
like I was like, okay, like we're going somewhere, and I didn't know if we were just continuing with the same characters.
Yeah,
But then I watched the second episode, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be rough for me to get through this whole series.
yeah,
And the thing I did like about episode 2 was the fact that they, like, kinda retold that whole story of Troy,
yeah.
um,
Achilles
and,
too. The Achilles
and had
tendon.
Achilles. Yeah, and it was slightly
Yeah.
different, all that type of things.
Hmm.
And like you said, it brought in that whole idea that, like, Wakandans have always been in history,
Yeah.
and, they were a part of these major moments in history, but we don't hear about them, but,
Hmm.
here's what happened. Like, I just love that idea. But,
Yeah.
boy, was I sleepy. I was
It
like
didn't. It did not click until that third episode. For real.
it really did. I'm glad you're saying all this
Yeah.
because I was gonna call in here and be like, "Bro, I don't know what else to say." I just I didn't rock with it for 1 and 2.
Yeah. Well, so do you think the time skips were like enough? Like, do you think they were different enough to kind of get the point across, or do you feel like we could have, ended up in some different places?
No, I thought it was different enough.
Okay.
Um, just because they do go with, like, a major historical Trojan horse thing.
Hmm.
Um, and I would never in a million years have thought Disney would attempt to rewrite that.
Yeah.
And then they immediately follow that one up with going back to Wakanda and having this cool, like, someone else is invading,
Hmm. Intruder
and then
alert.
yeah, and then you get the backstory of, like, uh,
Yeah.
him being in China. Like, they kinda switch up the flow of it.
Hmm.
That's why I just really like episode 3 so much. If they would've
Yeah.
just continued with, like, alright, next era,
Hmm.
I definitely think it would've, uh, felt weak.
Hmm.
Um, but I will say trying to figure out what they're doing those first 2 episodes probably gave me the sour taste overall. I was like, "I'm I'm I'm seeing what you're doing here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like all of this." Like,
Hmm.
and that's probably what really turned me off the most of those 2 episodes.
Yeah. I think I really like the how different the cast was, like every character, every main character for each episode, because I think like having a super serious uh character every single time, or like a goofy character every single time, or like um not having enough variety in it would like, because when you think of like the title of War Dog, you kind of take it like more of a serious tone, but like, you know, there's all different types of war dogs out there for different scenarios. And I think the last one, that last episode showed that pretty clearly. Um and I just overall think I was like, okay, like they figured it out. I feel like they had the idea and it was like how do we get here? You know, like, and they were able to figure it out. Do you think that we get a second season of this, or you think this is a one stop shop? Because they could literally rerun this for every scenario that ever happened in life.
Yeah, they could. I just don't think so.
Okay.
I just think they thought it was a nice, cool, uh, mini animated series that they can do. Doesn't really
Hmm.
it adds more lore to, like, the Black Panther universe without really, like, changing up anything.
Yeah.
It's like a cool, like, stop and watch, and it's short. It's
Hmm.
like 2 hours total. So, being able to recommend something like that is kind of, like, cool little side, piece because, like, back with WandaVision, I mean, it's much longer.
Yeah.
So I do think they are trying not to have so much homework, and I kind of feel like
That's a great way to put it.
that's what they went for. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think I'm just getting to the point where I'm just kind of accepting more so the route that they're going
Trying,
versus
right?
like, yeah, they're trying to go versus having them trying to meet up to my expectations every single time. As far as like,
Yeah.
unless it's like something specific, like I'm just going into these things now where it's like, okay, I just hope that this is like rewatchable or like gives me something new that I wasn't expecting to get from it. Because I think for me, like the biggest thing that told me that, or reason why I don't think that they're going to do a second season is because, for one, it was only 4 episodes, but 2,
Yeah.
the adding the Panther from the future and it being like 500 years into the future, something like that, right? And them basically closing out the story at the end with the introduction to the first Black Panther movie. So like, you wouldn't do that if you were just going to keep leaving more room out there for like us to see more different stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I'm kind of looking at it as like, just read what they putting in front of you, or pay attention to what they're doing in front of you, and you won't necessarily get your heart broken every single time you go to the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like, pay attention to what they're telling you. So that's
And
kind
it'd
of
be
one of
tough
the
to redo or recapture the end of episode 4,
yeah,
like what would be another finale episode to like leave off of after this? Because
right.
you are just hopping between different moments
It
in time for Wakandans, and it made sense with the whole time traveling
yeah.
uh Black Panther. So it would be very strange to do another season.
The only thing I could see happening is that we get a what if episode from it, because they put the Watcher in it. So they wouldn't show the Watcher if we weren't going to see a what if
Yeah.
series. So maybe that is the next season, sneak peek into the next season of that, where
Yeah,
we
or at
get to
least an
see.
episode of what if. Like what if
Yeah,
they
that's what I
never put
mean.
it back? Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be the connecting piece.
Yeah.
So okay. Is there anything else? I don't know. I feel like that's it, bro. You got anything else
Nice.
for it?
Uh I guess the last question for you would be how much does the 4 episodes affect your score for this before we give our scores?
Oh,
Because we have talked about this in the past, and it's been a major thing on our pods.
yeah.
But now this is the first time ever to have a 4 episode series. So
Mm-hmm. I haven't really factored it in like that. I just was like, because I feel like my scores always roll over to being to being subject specific. You know, like I could have a show that is an 8 and a movie that's an 8, but if that show was that movie, would be a different score.
mhm.
Versus like that movie becoming a show would be a different score. So it's like it's a revolving type of thing. But I don't think it pays that much difference into it, because I'm just looking at it in totality. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was like 4 episodes and that we get another part in 3-4 months, then that would affect it. But because it's over, it's over.
Okay.
That's what I would say to
Cool.
that. What about you? Since you brought it up, does it factor in for you? Like, does it?
I kind of feel like because I didn't know it didn't affect it. I feel like I
Okay,
would have felt some type of way. Kind of like
watching
what you
it.
highlighted, a little bit
Yeah.
more expectations watching it if it was
Hmm.
only 4, because I'm like, all right, that must mean you got everything like down pat, like you got this thing
Yeah.
ironed out. So
Yeah. Because that's what I kind of expected for something that's going to only be 4 episodes. Is like that script got to be tight. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like there's no room for error at that point. Because I think like for you, like like scary movies and stuff have a different scale for you, right? Like as far as like your approach to them because of what they
Yeah,
are.
just because I feel like everyone kind of poo-poos them so much, but it's
Yeah.
like a scary movie, so, like, stuff like opening up a evil book
Mm-hmm.
and how dumb it sounds in theory, like, has to happen for the movie to begin.
Yeah.
You know, like, certain things in scary movies have to go down.
Mm-hmm. We need
Like,
her
why
to
are you
fall down these stairs and break her ankle because if she didn't, she would get away.
she would just run out, you know,
Yeah.
like, something like, it's just because every logical thing of you just running away
Yeah.
and never returning makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's just like,
And it would end the
bro,
movie.
it would just end the movie. So it's like I have to have
Mm-hmm.
something with that. But
Okay. Yeah. All right. I respect it. I respect it. Um, but what are you giving the score for Eyes of Wakanda, bro?
I'm gonna give it a 7.
Oh, okay.
I do like the last 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I said, 3 is a really, really great episode in my opinion. Like I would give it a 10 out of 10 episode.
Yeah.
Um, the last episode I think is cool. I
Mm-hmm.
just kind of do feel like it's a little bit too much. Um,
He
and I
tried to
did
hit a
like
home run on that show.
yeah,
He
I
tried to
really
hit
feel
it out
like
the
they
park.
yeah, it was like an out of park swing, which but it wasn't bad. Like
Yeah.
it definitely wasn't bad, and I liked all the characters in that one. It was just a little bit too much of the like, oh, if
Mm-hmm.
we don't do this, the whole everything is gone in the future,
Yeah.
and then but that end scene with Killmonger was like 10 out of
It was
10,
worth it. Yeah.
beautiful, great. Um, but yeah, I just did not like episode 1 and 2. Maybe I'll rewatch them. Maybe I'll like them more now that
Mm-hmm.
everything's wrapped up. But it was to the point where I was like, this is not meant for me at all. This is way too. What'd you say? Disney?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. That's perfect. Way too Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
And even though I'm really big on like Greek mythology and the Trojan War and
Mm-hmm.
them doing a little spin on that, which I never thought they would do.
Yeah.
Even that episode, I was just like, "Ah, this is a little too PG."
That ladder of
Like,
arrows was tough though. I ain't never seen that
yeah,
before.
and they have cool stuff in it. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like,
When I saw that horse, though, I was like, oh, here we go.
yeah, and,
You
and
know?
I couldn't get over those first 2 episodes, the technology where I was like,
Yeah.
bro, what are we doing? Here? This
Drunk,
should be
drunk, drunk,
way
drunk.
better. So I'm gonna say 7.
Okay.
It's it's good. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's a must watch either, but I don't
Mm.
mind like, oh yeah, if you have some time, 2 hours, it's not that long. Oh,
Yeah.
and the fact that it's 4 episodes, I was like, dang, you could have done like 2 more minimum, like
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
my opinion, and
Mm-hmm.
it still would have hit better. So
Mini, mini
I'm gonna go with
short
7.
series.
Yo,
Okay.
mini, and I hope this does not set like a
Precedent.
uh yeah for future Disney stuff because I feel like then they will just
They're not
pile on.
listening.
True,
They're not
they're not.
listening, bro. Nobody
No.
said they wanted 4 episode series. Nobody.
I've never heard that, but hey, we got it. So, what you giving this one, G?
Ah, man. I started off at an 8 before we got on the pod because I
Okay.
thought it was good. I thought it was
Yeah.
good. And I gave Caped Crusader, Batman Caped Crusader, a 7.5 because it was very similar to this style, but it was like very Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the second season of that show is going to be way better because I'm not even going to tell you, but they added somebody. You could probably take a guess. But it reminds me a lot of that show. And I was going to keep it at an 8 because I think that in these 4 episodes, it's a better, like more cohesive story than that series. So I was going to give it an 8, but after our discussion and realizing like, cause I never really thought about those first 2 episodes until we got into the convo. I'm like, yo, really? There's only half of this series is actually pretty good. First half was like iffy. Like I don't know what I like the concept of the Eyes of Wakanda, but it's like they ain't shown me yet why I should really like it. You know? And
Yeah.
they try to fool me by putting LeBron in it, but not being LeBron. You know? So yeah, I have to factor that in. But, you know, I think I'm a land at a 7.5 because it's not mid, but there's definitely some things that could have been better as far as like consistency goes amongst the 4 episodes that we got. So I still think it's worth watching. You know what I'm saying? Especially like in the middle of Black Panther and Wakanda Forever, and just because it gives context to to each movie, and it's just like a nice little snack in between where it's like, you know what, I haven't seen this in a while. Let me go watch this again. You know, because I think that Iron Fist episode is definitely rewatchable for sure because there's not a lot of Iron Fist out there. There's only the Netflix series, and if you listen to people online, they'll tell you that it was bad, but that joint was like that to me. That joint was like that, and man, Danny Rand was going crazy, you know. So if we got a Daredevil, we need an Iron Fist now. You know what I'm saying? Run it back, defenders. Come on, Kevin, mess with me. All right. But yeah, I give it a 7.5 final score. And
Nice.
Yeah, if y'all have time, y'all should definitely check it out.
And I definitely feel like if I rewatch episode 2 and I feel like way better about it,
Yeah.
it would bump up. It's just like right now after watching 2 episodes one day, 2 episodes the next day.
Yeah.
I just wasn't feeling that first day.
Before we get out of here, how would you rank the 4 episodes?
3, 4. Oh man. I'll I'll go 2. I'll go 2 and then 1.
Okay.
Just because they rewrote that whole like Troy thing and had Wakandans in it. That's pretty cool. Like just that concept. It's
Yeah.
like, dang, I didn't know Wakanda was dealing with that whole thing. It's kind of cool idea. Like I could believe it, you know.
Mhm. I'm going 3, 4, 1, 2. Because I think the opening's way stronger than the second episode.
Yeah.
Because when Shai was like, it was a test. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
We
And the first one
deeper.
has some deep.
Yeah.
We gotta talk about this in the school.
Yeah.
Underlying tone. So I was surprised Disney even let that drop too.
Yeah.
So
Facts. But yeah. And it's like, you know, it's a 4 episode, so I gotta be shorter. Right?
hey,
happens. Right. What you geeked about, bro?
What am I geeked about? Man. Well, to be honest, the only thing I'm actually geeked about right now is the Pokemon, man. I'm addicted. I'm just addicted. It's really bad. It's on my algorithm every day. I'm a big
flex. Wait.
Ooh.
Flex.
Oh, he's going crazy over there.
Yo, you stole my answer.
Yeah. I'm just such a big I'm just so into like markets, and I mean I got my degree in economics, and it was just hilarious how that even happened because it was just I'm studying for class, and it was just the thing that I found more interesting.
Yeah.
Main reason why I like stock market, main reason why I like cryptos. I just like seeing reasonings for why people think this is gonna go up, why this is gonna go down, like what's the logic behind seeing why stuff happened in the past and the logic of what's gonna happen in the future. It's just so interesting because I always tell people economics is kind of a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
And it takes so long to figure out if someone was actually right. and getting into Pokemon, understanding the market, understanding some cards that I loved as a kid. I mean, I've played majority of these games. A lot of the ones I didn't play were the 3DS ones. I know you played them, G.
Yeah.
Um, and to see like
Exposed.
yeah, yeah, G's a mega Pokemon player. He never stopped.
I stopped when it
Uh,
came out with that Switch. That's it.
the Switch.
Yeah.
But it's just so cool to see like different card artworks, figure out what they mean,
Mm-hmm.
where the value is coming from, different packs.
Yeah.
And then to go to Collecticon and kind of see to see it in like live action of people trading
Mm-hmm.
cards that have a lot of meaning to them, whether it's just money value, sentimental value, seeing kids do it, like just getting into the hobby, or they're done veterans in there wheeling and
Mm-hmm.
dealing $1,000 cards is so crazy and just
Yeah.
so interesting. I feel like I'm entering into like a whole new market all over again, and it's just so fascinating. I just can't wait to start my collection habit. So it's just like a new habit
Mm-hmm.
forming, and I just hope I don't go too crazy. And yeah, just not too crazy, but
Chris gonna
I'm
be
loving
on
every
whatnot
single.
next week.
Yeah, no,
Ripping
I'll
packs.
try not to. I'm watching, but I'm not gonna be ripping packs. Clip it. But
Yeah.
yeah. So just the Pokemon stuff, and even the new game comes out in like a month or two.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so exciting. It's bad. The Pokemon, it's just got me right now. But what you
Yeah.
excited about, G?
Well, uh, I'm excited about that too, Pokemon, but more so the fact that we got a Pokemon shop right by the crib, bro. That I didn't even know about until I looked it up on Google and you confirmed it because you went there. And I was like,
Yeah,
dang, this is right in my backyard. I'm good. I'm good to go. Like
yeah, it's right there too. It's crazy.
so I'm excited about that, but more so for me, I like the collector side more of like collecting physical media more so than like trying to beat the market per se. Like I just want to have a dope collection, like
Yeah,
and just be able to flex on youngins and not really not really flex on youngins, but
yeah.
like you
Like
know, see
open
I
it up
got
and be like, whoa.
yeah, you see, you know, I just a little something that I like to do on the side. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too
Yeah,
crazy, nothing too crazy, and just the power of like I'm obsessed with the power of compounding now. After
yeah.
reading the book called Psychology of Money, I read that book and I was like, bruh, this was it. This was the answer, you know, this whole time. So, but yeah, I'm super excited about that. And then you just hit me that Hard Knocks is out. And I'm like, bruh, football season is here. Dallas just had their first,
This weekend,
yeah,
right? Preseason.
yeah. Dallas just had their first practice against LA today. And they said it went all right. It wasn't nothing too crazy. They said it went all right, you know. But
Okay, okay.
I ain't gonna, spoil too much, but we'll see what happens in the actual game. And then I'm also excited about my stream because I finally figured out how to show gameplay on it. We finna run it up now. Finna run it
Yeah,
up. Finna maximize the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And I literally went live right before this and did our tier list Tuesday for this week. And I'm like, yo, I'm never going to be right, right? Everybody's always going to find something wrong with my tier list. So going in knowing that, I'm more so excited for like the third time that I do a Pixar tier list or the fourth time that I do it because I'll be informed in a different way. You know what I'm saying? And now after seeing it, it gives me an excuse to watch some of these movies again. Because I'm like, man, was it really a C tier? Am I the one that's bugging? Everybody's saying it's A and stuff like that. But I'm like, nah, it's mid, you know? So maybe I just haven't seen it in a while. But, you know. And then what else? I think that's it, bro. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else. think that's it. So, oh, I did remember something. Strength cycle's here. And it started throwing up them weights now. It's August.
Okay.
Summer is over in my brain. Summer is over in my brain. So now it's time to lock back in to the gym and start throwing some weights around super heavy again. So that by the time I can get to next year, and I look even more like Broly. You know? That's my dream cosplay is Broly.
Oh, that's crazy. All right.
You know? Don't hold me to it. But if I had to pick one, that's what I would do. So yeah, I'm super excited to start lifting heavy again because like after just be lifting, like, and it's like you're lifting like you're doing like 10 to 15 reps on everything, right? That might get annoying. Not annoying, but like it gets boring in a sense. I'm like, bruh,
I feel it
because you're not progressing as much because you're working out for hypertrophy, not so much for like seeing the weight go up, you know?
Yeah.
And after seeing the results of last year to this year, I'm like, yo, if I do this like 3-4 more times, I'm finna look crazy. You know? Yeah. So I'm super excited about that. But let us know what you geeked about in the comment section below. And hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I gotta start saying that in the beginning of the pod. I gotta add that to the intro. Hit that like button, hit subscribe button for more. And we'll see y'all in the next one. See y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.